Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about AMC. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're going to be talking about AMC and why I personally think that AMC stock is going to go through a short squeeze. I just want everybody to know that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So today we're going to be talking about AMC. We all know AMC. It's been in the media, right? It's a heavily shorted stock. But let's go off base what we do know about AMC. We do know that short positions are continuing to increase in this specific stock and a bunch of other stocks as well. There's kind of always been like a big war right now between like Reddit traders, retail traders, and the hedge funds. Hedge funds continue to short the market, which in my personal opinion, I don't think it's a very good idea to be shorting the market, especially because we saw what happened with GameStop a couple of months back. We saw that, that Reddit traders or retail traders do have the money and the power to make big moves in the market. Sometimes I feel like they really truly do underestimate ourselves as far as how big and how fast we can actually move the market. So we saw what happened with GameStop. A lot of hedge funds lost billions and billions of dollars on GameStop stock. And then there was a bunch of other stocks that have started to kind of gain popularity. Microvision, AMC is also one of them as well. But I'm going to talk about why I personally think that AMC stock is going to go through a short squeeze. So let's look at the facts. Like I said, we do know that AMC is continuously being shorted. We know that these hedge funds are continuing to add into their short positions in AMC stock. Like I said, for me, especially when it comes to how, volatile the market has been, especially with these stocks, I would rather be on the longer side than the shorter side, especially when it comes to AMC. We have to understand that there's millions and billions of shares that are being shorted at a single time. So if it puts into perspective that, people have to cover their short positions, it's going to cause a huge price jump up. And like I said, I think it's going to be bigger than GameStop. I think that when AMC stock does actually squeeze, it is going to, like I said, it's going to be a pretty big squeeze. Like I said, I could see AMC easily getting over $500 to $1,000. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who are diamond handing it. They've been patiently waiting. When is AMC going to squeeze? I'm getting tired of holding my position, stuff like that. But you can never time the market. You can never time the squeeze. You just have to be patient and just let it kind of ride out. But there's also other reasons why I do think that AMC stock is going to go through a short squeeze. One is the amount of people who are not selling the stock. So there's a lot of people out there who have not given hope up on AMC. They're waiting for the squeeze to happen. They're continuing to add into their positions. We do have a pretty big catalyst coming up for AMC. We do have their earnings coming up on May 6th. I believe it's a Thursday after hours. And I'm going to be very excited to really see what kind of move this actually does make for AMC. This could be the catalyst we need in general for the stock to move upward if AMC actually does post pretty good earnings. Now, we did get, AMC's quarter 4 earnings, quarter 3 and quarter 2 of last year. Obviously, in the height of a pandemic, AMC lost basically $4.59 billion, losing about 80 to 90% of its overall revenue. But there's not really much they could have done on that stand front. I mean, like I said, it's a very brick mortar type business where you actually have to sit inside and be pretty close to people, proximity wise. It really did tank the business. So coming into these quarter 1 earnings, I do expect them to be pretty good. Do I expect profitability? Probably not. I don't expect them to put up a profitable quarter, but we do know, like I said, that the worst has already happened for AMC. It's not going to get worse. So even if they post, better earnings than what Wall Street is expecting for them, we do know that 99% of all movie theaters have opened up, especially like two big box office kind of type states like California and New York. They've had some pretty good box office hits. Like I know Kong vs. Godzilla was a good one. A lot of people probably went to see that. But, all in all, if they post up pretty good earnings, this could be what the stock actually needs to be able to go upward. This could be the huge catalyst movie we've been waiting for. But people have been asking, why isn't AMC stock actually going up? Like, why is it trading sideways? It's because there has not been enough fear instilled in AMC just yet for the shorts to have to cover their positions. That's why the stock continuously will trade sideways or go down a little bit. When the stock is going down, either people are selling or it's hedge funds continuing to add to their short position. Like I said, there has not been a big catalyst move with AMC to be able to push it forward. So if we backtrack and we take a look at GameStop, there was a few catalysts leading up to it among its popularity of Wall Street bets, but there was Mr. Cohen acquiring a 10% stake, and how the company was actually, expanding and how the company actually was decent on cash. So there was a decent amount of catalysts in the market that was able to push GameStop stock upward before it actually started to go through a short squeeze. It's going to be the same ballpark with AMC. I do think that AMC does need a big catalyst catalyst altogether to be able to push it up. And these earnings that we're getting on Thursday could definitely be a market mover. I could definitely estimate, if they put up good earnings, you know, a 15 to 30% jump. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. So taking a look at the 1-year chart, you know, we see this big gamma squeeze here on January 27th. You know, that's the kind of the price that we're going to have to see if we're going to get a squeeze out of AMC. You know, like I said, you have to instill the fear. The fear has to be there for the hedge funds to have to cover their positions. It's going to be the only way that AMC stock is going to squeeze. Like I said, even a lot of big time analysts have said right now is probably not a very good time to be shorting the market. Even Jim Cramer himself has said, like, when it comes to some of these stocks, you know, he's given his opinion on it, and he's basically said, I'd rather be on the longer side than the shorter side, just due to the simple fact that like I said, we saw what happened with GameStop. We saw how, you know, retail traders can make big money moves in the market. It's never a good idea to underestimate what we can do as traders. And I do feel like it's long overdue for AMC stock to go through a short squeeze. Like I said, a lot of people out there diamond handing it, paper handing it. You know, it's all about just patience when it comes to this. You know, people were talking about GameStop stock, you know, it's short squeeze for a long time before it actually happened. With AMC, I do think it's going to be in the same boat. I do think it is eventually going to happen, but we need the right market catalyst to be able to put in perspective how it's actually going to move up. Once there's a lot of fear instilled, like, for example, if they post up good earnings, you know, everyone knows that, you know, when stocks post up good earnings, they generally tend to be pretty volatile, and they generally tend to go up if they post good earnings. Even taking a look at like Amazon, when they posted up their earnings the other day, you know, the stock shot up like $100. I mean, obviously it's Amazon, it's a big time company, but you get the drift. You know, stocks generally make a pretty big move in the market, especially when it comes to earnings. So this could be what we need if AMC puts up better than expected earnings to be able to push the stock upwards. So I'm very excited to see that all together. This could be the catalyst that will push it through a short squeeze. We do know that hedge funds are continuing to grow their short positions in AMC stock, which in my personal opinion, I don't recommend people short in this market right now. I think it's way too dangerous. Obviously, especially stocks that, you know, have a lot of short interest. And like I said, among the Wall Street bet community, we see what these guys are doing. You know, they'll generally pop up a trend, you know, they'll start talking about a stock, and all of a sudden the stock is making big money moves. And, you know, it's pretty interesting to say the least to see how the market it actually moves. But I don't think right now is a very good time to be shorting stocks, because we see that once it's in the talks of Reddit traders, then the stock is definitely going to go up. So, you know, it's going to be very interesting to say the least about AMC, but I do think that AMC stock is going to squeeze. There's a lot of catalysts leading up to this, and like I said, it's pretty long overdue. We know it's heavily shorted. We know that the short positions are growing. These are millions and millions of shares that are being shorted at a single time. So eventually, if the stock starts running up, these shares have to cover, which is why there's a lot of people out there saying like, oh, AMC is going to $10,000. Well, theoretically, it's a possibility only due to the fact that, like I said, it's millions and millions of shares that are being shorted at a single time, and these people do have to cover their short positions, you know? So there's a lot of big stuff happening. You know, AMC is probably going to make some big moves this week. But with that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of AMC. Do you guys think AMC is going to make a big move this week? You guys let me know what AMC is going to do on their earnings. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts if they're going to post up good earnings or not.